Everybody, welcome to this edition. Today we are going to learn about letter writing. Now, whether you are a good letter writer, whether your letter writing is good or bad or indifferent, you can take your skill or your writing to the next level in a relatively short time. Now, the benefit of doing so is that you will be able to write more effective letters. Now, letters that get your message across without the reader calling you for clarification. Letters that persuade your readers to accept your point of view or take actions you want them to take. Now, these letters will give you the results, business or personal, that you desire. So today we are going to learn how you can format these type of letters, and we are mainly concentrating on two types of letters: formal letter and personal letter. So let's get right on with it. So we are going to identify the elements of a letter, apply the elements to compose various types of letters, and especially we are going to look into personal and formal letters. We are going to explore the appropriate language that we need to use and the format associated with a personal and formal letter. When you plan a letter, you need to do a SAP analysis, that is a subject, audience and purpose analysis. Now, this process will require you to ask and answer three types of questions. 1. What is the subject? 2. Who is your audience? And 3. What is the purpose of your letter? So, if you are able to answer these three questions, your letter is going to be a great one. So, what is the subject? And who is your audience? Who will be receiving this letter? And what is the purpose of your letter? Also, gather maximum information and do whatever additional research you require to complete the letter, and make a simple 1, 2, 3 outline of the points that you need to cover, and then present those letters. Now, if you look into the example given, this is from the Creative Commons. The MP, Mr. Jeff Prose, talks to Mr. Wicks about an alleged incident concerning the residence of Mr. Ray. He also says that there's no further criminal investigation needs to be done and all that. So this is a format that needs to be looked into, wherein you have the address, the salutation, dear Mr. Wicks, and also the body of the letter with yours sincerely, the closing. Different types of letters that you can write would be: 1. informal letters, which are also called personal letters, and formal letters. Personal letters can be used to thank someone, to give news about maybe a new baby or a death of someone, to request news, to get more information, or to make arrangements, to plan a journey possibly, or to apologize, or to accompany someone, to invite, or to send greetings or express your feelings about some occasion, or to make or renew contact with someone. So these are different types of letters that you might be possibly writing. And do you remember the background? This would be the snail mail, the old type of letters that you used to get. Nowadays the postman is becoming a rarity, but still this is a general format of a personal letter, and this is found in your Writing for Academic and Professional Success. Have a look at it. So this personal sample letter is addressed to Jacob and Deepa. Salutation is: dear Jacob and Deepa, we have just heard the news. Congratulations on the birth of Manna. So it's the birth of a child, and we are all delighted, glad to hear that everything went well and that you are back at home already. I will send something suitable soon. So apparently John and Sue are planning to send a small gift. This is the general format of a personal letter. That is, at the top right corner of your page you will write your address, but if it's a personal letter, you really do not need to write an address, because the person to whom you are addressing to would definitely know whom you are. Then you begin your letter with a dear. Now this is one of the most common ways of salutation. Then with the first paragraph you set the scene and you state the main purpose. Of course, here the main purpose is the birth of Manna, and also that they would be sending a gift soon. And you can also organize the rest of your letter in paragraphs. Sometimes you might have 1 or 2 paragraphs. This being a very short letter, you don't need that. Possibly this might even be an email. The next is a formal letter, and here I'll just read the contents of the letter. It's found in your book. The letter is addressed to the manager of South Indian Bank. There is a subject which is written. The subject talks about a change of address for a bank account number. So the letter goes like this: I am writing to notify you of a change in address in my bank account. The previous address so and so, and my new address is the one given below. So in this particular type of letter, you will find that all the lines are aligned towards the left margin, and the sender's address without the name is given in the first. Date is written after leaving a space. Then you also would write the name and the position of the address of the person to whom you are sending the letter. Then you will begin the letter with a dear sir or madam. Now this is very important because sometimes letters can even be plain sir or madam. Now if you know the person only, you should write the name, and also the surname, Mr. or Mrs. or MS, has to be clearly defined. If you are not sure of the name and gender of the person, you just say dear sir or madam. Now begin the letter with a purpose and reference, if any. This is very important because sometimes the manager would have maybe 20 or 30 letters to look into. So the subject matter would determine the level of importance. Keep to the point, be brief, but at the same time give all necessary information. You must try to provide all the information in that letter itself. You wouldn't want the manager to run around looking for additional information or wanting to call you back to get a particular information. Try to give the maximum information in that letter. Keep to the point, be brief, and also conclude the letter with yours sincerely or sincerely, and instead of being a formal letter, instead of yours faithfully or yours respectfully. Now if you look into the other letter, which is also found from the Creative Commons, again this letter is slightly personal, but at the same time it is addressed by Good Afternoon Jim. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you for all the help during the giving campaign. We could not have done it without you. Your tutorials and hands-on approach was just what I needed. Your skill with social media is amazing, and because I am sure I will need your expertise again as a professional social media coach. Thanks again. Very truly yours, Linda Norman. So you see, the letter there is a personal tone, same time there is a level of formality too. You can look into these activities. You can take a screenshot and see and try these letters. Practice them.